everyone, this is Keith Scott from out in Sydney, Australia. I'm one of the voices of Bullwinkle J. Moose. It's time to watch Relentless and Unstoppable. And so give it up for your main hosts, Douglas Kelly and Andy McPhee.
Wow, you are an incredible woman of achievement, and you're bringing achievement to people that really need it, you know.
Yeah, it is wonderful, and making a difference in the life of a child is, all I strive for.
Yeah, for sure. When I go biking, which I do almost every day, I've passed by a building called Make-A-Wish Foundation, and I don't know if that's one of your facilities, but it's like within distance of where I live, you know.
In Scottsdale?
Yeah, in Scottsdale.
Yes, that's where our office is. It was in Phoenix, but now it's in Scottsdale. So, yeah, that's where it is.
Nice. That's incredible. And how did it feel like to win the pageant title for the first time, your first win?
It's pretty neat because obviously there's other women in your division who are very accomplished and beautiful and just awesome ladies, and you have a lot of competition. But I go in, and give it my all, and I've got a strong platform. I rehearse, by myself. I do questions on my own, and I practice on my own. But it's nice to win, even though you're up against a lot of fantastic gals, and they all become my friends. They all are, and they're very well-deserved. But it's really incredible where I can actually show who I am and be myself and actually win the title. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, and holding up those trophies, but I mean, those don't matter as much as the impact, but holding them up, knowing you did something great for the world, that should mean a lot,
Exactly. And, a lot of people, when they hear the word pageant, it's always not always, but sometimes a negative thing, but it's so much more positive, especially with the younger gals when they're first starting out. It creates great confidence with their interview skills. Walking in front of people, getting at that stage is you're a winner already. But there's so much more that you can get out of a pageant. It's so much growth. And you just inspire yourself to continue to be better all the time.
Yeah. Who has inspired you the most out of all the people that you've interacted with regarding your pageantry? Or, if there's many of them, who's inspired you?
For me, there are pageants out there with people with disabilities.
Yeah.
And those women and younger people that go for these pageants when they might be wheelchair bound or missing an arm or whatever. I've seen the Miss Petite pageant, a lady won with, didn't even have her full arm. And it's like, wow. And there's so many people that have overcome diseases or cancer or suicide prevention. It's amazing. And I look up to these women. So they inspire me to keep going and be a mentor to other women, even though I may not have those things going on.
Mm-hmm.
I could down the road. You never know. But I want to be a mentor to other women.
Yeah, that's amazing, and having a mentor will help a lot of people somewhat when they're dealing with those kind of disabilities or diseases, You know what the most shocking disease I've probably seen happen was? It was when I was living in Estes Park, Colorado. There was a student in my grade from preschool that was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer at 5 years of age.
Oh my.
And it was just shocking, he was in and out of the hospital, and the result was he dropped below 3 grades out of it and didn't graduate alongside me. And I remember feeling really, really bad when I heard about that.
Yeah, that's really tough. And to go through that so young is so hard. And that's why a lot of our Make-A-Wish children are so young. And boy, are they resilient. And they don't complain. They just keep doing what they got to do. And that's inspiring as your friend. It's hard to watch. It really is.
Yeah. Luckily, he graduated a few years after I did and survived the battle. and as of now, he's been cancer-free for over a decade.
Nice. What a story that he can offer to other people and be a mentor to others to keep fighting and not giving up. That's wonderful.
Yeah, definitely. And and then my brother had got diabetes years ago, and that was shocking as well because he was as healthy as he could get, And
Absolutely.
And he was running sports and track and football, basketball, all that. And so when he developed diabetes, it was shocking. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, after meeting all the children over these years of Make-A-Wish, it inspired me to write my first children's book. And it was never about making money. I wanted to make sure I could read this book to all the libraries and elementary schools that I could, because there's a special message in the book. And when I got done reading, we would talk about the book with the children, and they all got the message. And I wrote this book back in 2006, and it's 2025 now. So imagine all those children I read to all these years that are grown. I hope I planted that seed that they are giving back and caring for others and helping others that have disabilities or diseases, because the message is about helping others.
That's great to hear. What did you do to write the kids' book, and what is it about?
Gee, that's all we have for Relentless and Unstoppable. So tune into the next episode to hear more amazing stories from amazing guests. This is Keith Scott from Sydney, Australia, saying so long, and I'm smarter than the average bear. Gee.